The phenomenon that is Supercar Blondie, how the world's most successful car influencer has turned things upside down.
I can't believe I'm driving the Devil 16 around a track! For the last 7 years, I've literally dedicated every single day of my life to tracking down the world's craziest and coolest cars. There are so many amazing cars out there that if I didn't film them, you just never see them.
Sometimes playing into female stereotypes.
I got it in second gear!
But always breaking the mold.
No! Yes, do it! No, I think you have to do something different. Obviously, you have to approach things differently. And you have to love what you do.
Unconventional, provocative, modern, and competing on the same playing field as men in what's a male-dominated sphere.
You know way more about cars than I do.
I'm not sure about that, but we'll roll with it.
This wonderful woman.
Oh, here we go.
Who single-handedly cracked a male-dominated market.
Australian-born Alexandra Hirschi, aka Supercar Blondie, initially faced a lot of rejection.
It was hard. It was hard, I'm not gonna lie, it was hard. When it got really, really, really bad, I actually had to go see a therapist.
Now her social media pages receive over 2 million hits a month. And she's contributed to a shift in communication, where influencers are now the auto industry's favourite partners.
We must accept that the world has totally changed. Now, creating information about cars goes through the social media.
Car companies are vying to work with her and are prepared to spend a lot of money on a collaboration.
She represents the voice of potential customers, and we have to have a radical revolution towards the social media channels.
This right here is the most expensive BMW ever made.
And she knows exactly the success formula of how to communicate via YouTube, via Instagram, via TikTok.
I move the goal every year, higher and higher and higher.
What's next? Starting her own studio where she develops cars herself.
To design something where people go, wow, that is cool.
And a brand new online auction platform with which she plans on shaking up how the world's most expensive cars are bought and sold.
There's a lot of money out there amongst younger people. A lot of these new tech billionaires, they want something new and techie and fresh.
What's the secret to her success?
Wait. This is where the angel music comes into play. Okay, are you ready? Come on in.
With meticulously staged, spectacular videos from the world of automobiles, Supercar Blondie has already gained more than 115 million followers on social media. Top Gear was yesterday. Today, it's Supercar Blondie.
Driving the world's longest car.
Supercar Blondie's cameraman and manager is her husband Nick Hirschi, a former Swiss banker. He moved to Dubai in 2008 with Alexandra, who initially worked as a radio presenter. But when she posted her first car videos in 2017, they immediately went viral.
What's up? This is Blondie.
And so her second career was born, Brand Blondie, blonde and clever.
I just want people to feel like they're here with me. I grew up in a very small country town in Australia, only 3,000 people. I never got to see cars like this. And there are a lot of people around the world who never get to see cars like this. And so I want people to feel like everyone can enjoy cars.
Unlike her male counterparts, Supercar Blondie doesn't take herself too seriously.
I'm trying to balance the clutch.
Instead, she plays the girl next door perfectly, featuring the most expensive and fastest cars in the world. Sometimes slightly amateurishly, but always in a way that's easily understandable for absolutely everyone.
So first of all, I approached it differently than anyone else was. I came from, as I said before, like a layman's perspective. Someone who literally, if you get given the keys to a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, what would you think is the coolest thing about it? It would be something like the doors going up. It would be something like a cool button inside, or lights, or something that moves. You need to show them something cool, something moving, something lighting up. So it always has to be very visual.
Without using too many words, Supercar Blondie conveys the pure emotion that exciting cars evoke in her.
I really want people to feel like cars are fun and accessible, because for a long, long time, the car world has been quite insular. It's been quite intimidating, the car world, to get into. It's been very protected by like a male-dominated kind of society, and so I want people to feel like everyone can enjoy cars.
I'm in the world's most expensive car.
She began participating in the male-dominated supercar scene in 2017.
It was hard. It was hard, I'm not gonna lie, it was hard. I would go to car press events and I would literally be the only woman in the room, and there would be a lot of hate. They call themselves the real car guys, and I got pushback online as well, right? So I got the typical comments like, get back to the kitchen, make me a sandwich, you know, like women don't belong here.
The incredulous, misogynistic and sometimes threatening response on the internet certainly bothered her at the time.
It was such an emotional roller coaster. Like, I would get amazing feedback and then really bad feedback, and it was just like I was on a high and then a low and a high and a low for years, and it like really took an emotional toll on me. When it got really, really, really bad, I actually had to go see a therapist. I did. And you know, there's no shame in that. It's fine when you're really struggling with something. If you talk it through with a professional, they can really help you.
Today, the car world has opened up to Supercar Blondie, and that includes Formula One tracks, where she's able to put cars with 1,000 PS through their paces.
Now, you know, I do have the biggest car audience in the world, more so than any man in the space, which is just mind-boggling to me. So I think now it doesn't worry me so much because I've kind of proven myself and what I can achieve.
She particularly enjoys making films about women in cars, like the Arabian Gazelles, for example, a group of professionally successful women in Dubai who also have a penchant for fast cars. A business magazine named her one of the 50 most influential women in the Arab world. Not bad for a former radio presenter.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's cool that women care about cars, but I feel like the ASMR aspect is the coolest part.
She goes with the high tech with the car, and then with the high tech, with the boat, the car, with those, a lot of things. I mean, she's superwoman for me. She's good, cool. That's it. If you're famous, if you're a good influencer, you are ambassador of everything.
I think me just representing in this male-dominated space is me doing something for female empowerment.
Driving a project bus!
Supercar Blondie has changed the way the world interacts with all things cars. Now, social media has become one of the most important marketing tools in the auto industry.
Es ist ja eine andere Form auch, der
It's a different form of communication. As we've seen over the years, traditional auto shows aren't so well received any longer.
kommen ja nicht mehr so gut an, sondern der Erlebnischarakter.
But experiences play an increasingly important role. And this aspect is better represented on social media.
Auch neue Aspekte zum Vorschein.
When an engineer speaks about a car, it's a different language than when Supercar Blondie speaks about a car. then you have immediate sympathy.
Even if it's taboo to talk numbers in this scene, rumour has it that German car companies are paying six-figure sums in order for her to show up and help them redesign their marketing strategy.
We've got this car to look forward to.
A radical change in the entire communication mix of a brand like BMW, just because of that the social media channels became number one in the importance of communication. Supercar Blondie was, in the very beginning, our key opinion leader, where we would like to work with, just because she knows exactly the success formula of how to communicate via YouTube, via Instagram, via TikTok.
Well, it's probably no coincidence that Supercar Blondie's daily runabout just happens to be an ultra-luxury car from the Bavarian car manufacturer's stable. When she cruises through the streets of Dubai in her Rolls-Royce Wraith, it's evident that she truly enjoys the drive.
I never thought I would be a Rolls-Royce driver, but when I first drove one, I needed one in my life. It feels like you are driving on a cloud. It is so soft. I love driving. So I look for design, exceptional design. I also look for power, but I also like electric cars.
No wonder then that she immediately set her sights on a new electric Rolls-Royce.
I have been waiting to get my hands on the brand new Rolls-Royce Spectre, the first ever fully electric Rolls-Royce. Whoa, holy moly. Yeah, now we're talking. See, I love that Rolls has gone electric. I love this. You've got such a heavy car and it just picks up, and the torque with the batteries, holy moly. This is what I mean. Rolls-Royce is just suited to battery-powered cars. So much power instantly and so quiet.
And with her in the pilot's seat, celebrities have no problem being driven around, evidence of which is found on social media. Take, for example, F1 star Lewis Hamilton.
I've always wondered, like, what's your favorite car? All the cars you've been... Oh my God. You've driven so many different cars.
And Oscar winner Hans Zimmer, one of Hollywood's most famous film composers, likes being chauffeured around by Supercar Blondie.
So we collaborate, right? So when Lewis Hamilton has something that he wants to announce, I will film with him and I will get the message out about his announcement, his business.
I've got generally quite a wide wrist, and I always wear the watch basically over the bone.
It's a way for Hamilton to promote his F1 sponsor, a watch brand.
Okay.
But I like the weight.
Same with Hans Zimmer, so we just collaborate. It's a good way for me to get great content, meeting incredible people, and it's a good way for them to get the message out about, their new business or whatever it is that they want to do.
I mean, there are extraordinary sounds of cars that don't exist, but could exist.
Right. And now you're making that come to life, basically.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, Hans Zimmer has to promote the electric cars for which he worked on sound design. And there's no better place to do that than on Supercar Blondie's social media channels.
We have a lot of reach and we have a lot of different ways we can film videos, produce, etc. So, yeah, if you want to get your word out about something, then it is a good platform to be on.
7 years ago, Supercar Blondie began building her business empire in Dubai. She now employs 65 people around the world.
But we're here now. We're here at my office, one of my offices. This is the one in Dubai. We've got an office in London, Prague, Manchester, and now LA as well. This was our very first office.
With her husband, Nick Hirschi, she burns the midnight oil. The two jet around the world, from one of their offices to the next.
I also have... Thanks, Charles.
They've even opened their own design studio in Prague. Experts from renowned car developers such as Pininfarina work there on new Supercar Blondie car designs.
For the last few years, we have seen the most concept cars. You know, I see really cool stuff like holograms in cars and you know, doors opening backwards and sideways and go in all different directions, and then, you know, smoke and mirrors, and just put on a show, right? That's what I would love to do, is to design something where people go, wow, that is cool. So the ultimate goal with the design studio is to actually design my own super limited series of cars, and also probably team up with another major manufacturer to do that.
You're going to see the coolest cars in the world, I promise you.
And she's long been in talks with car manufacturers like BMW.
I know her vision about this in every detail, and I do respect her vision and mission to do so, to enter the core of our business. But please do understand that we are not able to talk about such things when it comes to insights of the future of design.
Although it might be a while before the first car jointly produced by Supercar Blondie and an automobile manufacturer is on the market,
a program has been found, and then it comes to the surface.
she's already an established link between customers and the car industry.
Awesome. They have been asking for is direct feedback from our followers, right? So we can literally just run a poll. I could run a poll right now on Instagram and say, do you like auto lane assist? And then we get direct feedback from tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of consumers in real time.
She represents the voice of potential customers. It's a, I don't want to say a market research platform, but it's an indication of how people will react on something.
And since she always has her finger on the pulse of the industry, it's no surprise that she has another new idea.
For the last 7 years, I've literally dedicated every single day of my life to tracking down the world's craziest and coolest cars. I've been in contact with collectors and dealers from all over the world who have all of these beautiful cars, but they're not connecting in one space. So I've kind of fixed that. I've actually just launched sbxcars.com, and that is my very own premium car auction platform.
And she's on a mission to completely reorganise the way the world's most expensive cars are traded. On her online auction platform, you can buy the most valuable cars in the world in a matter of seconds using only a credit card.
There's a whole new audience for these cars, so there's a lot of money out there amongst younger people. A lot of these new tech billionaires, they don't want to fly to some old school, place that's been around for the last 50 years. They want something new and techie and fresh. It's going to open up the world of cars to the wealthy people in markets who have never had an option to buy at an auction. They've been underserved. People in Asia, people in Africa, people in Australia, Middle East.
Supercar Blondie wants to shake up the billion-dollar market for the most expensive cars in the world. Until now, it was in the hands of a few auction houses and private dealers, exclusive and only accessible to the elite. That's exactly what she wants to change. And top dogs like Simon Kidston, who earns millions from trading rarities, now have to brace themselves for competition.
I think what they do is just a whole different world, and I think we in this world can learn a lot from them. It's exciting that they're bringing those new people into our world. These people have clearly huge followings, but I'll be watching what they do with a lot of interest. Who knows, we may end up doing something in some shape or form together in the future.
People who have been in the auction world for years and years and years are even excited about this, and that blows my mind. That's incredible. You know, it will completely transform the way that people buy and sell supercars.
A woman on top.
Okay, are you ready?
With her enormous following online, she's changed the automobile world.
Off we go.
And her journey is only just beginning.
My dream is buying multi-million-dollar cars for myself, not borrowing them and driving them, buying them for myself and driving them without a camera on me, just for me to experience the pure driving pleasure again. A lot of the time when I'm in these cars, it's about work, and I'd love to flip it again into just pleasure.
Cameras on or off, it's the sheer pleasure of driving that motivates her, and her relentless work ethic and passion form the basis of her success. Innovative, unconventional and cosmopolitan, Supercar Blondie is now a brand that is shaking up the traditional automotive scene. What do you think? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.